What's up, everyone? Sorry, a little late. Had to switch locations. We're here at the Southeast Regional Library, one of my favorite libraries in the city, and we're gonna just do the Q&A from here. So before we get started, remember to hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and go ahead and get those questions ready. So we're gonna go ahead and head in here, and we'll go to a room where we can speak. Enjoy. Oh, we can go in the corner, back corner over here. So this is a really cool library. It's the newest library here in the city, and they got a lot of cool like community-driven stuff here. They do a lot of classes like citizenship classes here. They got a nice computer area. I love these little cubicles they have. Just real modern, real millennial feel. We're gonna head over to the corner right here and then go ahead and get the questions started. Actually, make it right here is better. Ah. Yeah, it's perfect. So how's everyone's week been? And as everyone's coming in, don't forget to give it a shout out. Shout yourself out. Let me know where you're from and what you're looking to talk about today. But always been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Got a lot accomplished. Doing some more proposals for some new apps that I might be doing um, for some new clients. Pushing out more content. For those of you who tuned in yesterday to my live stream at the Reid DevOps meetup here in Louisville, really appreciate it. Had great feedback. Had great feedback not only from you all, but from the people at the actual event and at the actual meetup. Um, Definitely was a validation that I needed to keep doing it over and over. So I will be going to some more meetups. I think Derby Pie meetup is coming. No, we already went to Derby Pie. I think that's where we went the other week. Um, I have to look at my calendar. I don't remember off the top of my head, but we definitely have some more meetups that I'm going to be going to and be live streaming. Um, Real estate, uh, man. For those of you who are following me on Facebook, you've probably seen the Louisville Tiny Home project. We are basically helping you get a home, a tiny home, for $10,000. We take care of all the delivery, all the design, all the manufacturing, and we'll drop it anywhere where you want it. If you head over to LouisvilleTinyHome.com, you can see our page and follow us on Facebook at Louisville Tiny Home. As that is develops more and more, there will definitely be more pictures. I'm probably going to do some videos talking with some people who have worked with us already. As far as the project that I'm working on with the tiny house that I got, that my business partner and I got, we have spoken to the electrician. That's about to be underway. We're actually going with solar, and I can't wait for it to just get in and start doing the smart house application stuff with the Alexa and Google Home. Um, it's really cold, as you can tell by what I'm wearing, which you wouldn't know from the other day because it was about like 65 degrees just the other day. But anyway, as it gets warmer, I'm going to be doing a lot more of the live streams from the properties that my business partner and I acquire, just so you can see more of the hands-on what I'm doing, what we are doing with the real estate and the tech, and watching how it meshes together. Do we have any questions that have come in?
So far, nothing.
Okay.
We have one viewer.
All right. Cool. Don't forget to ask any questions if they as they come in. Um, Quick Fix Credit is doing really well. I think we've crossed the 100. Have we crossed the 100?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, yeah, we've crossed the 100 mark on the followers on the Facebook page. Is really good. Been getting lots of reach. People are calling, asking questions, and uh, just another product, to keep it, keeping it moving. So once again, it's all about living the code life. Um, don't be afraid to create, just spontaneously create. Quick fix credit was an idea that my business partner and I came on, and then on the spot, I just started writing it. And I mean, it just turned 30 days old the other day. It just turned a month old, and it's already have to be where it's at in the first 30 days is honestly pretty incredible considering how spontaneous it was. But once again, that's part of living a life. Just keep creating, keep moving, keep creating, keep moving. I try not to get stuck on any one particular app at a time, because I know that a lifespan of an app, compared to other investments, is relatively short. You know, for all I know, Quick Fix Credit might only run for 5 years. So then that's cool because I'm making other applications that are gonna, you know, follow behind it. But just always creating, always moving. And Quick Fix Credit, when we started developing it, you know, when the idea first crossed into my mind, I spoke to my business partner with about it. I had used it for myself to help out with my credit, and it had worked. And I'm like, well, if it works for me, then why wouldn't it work for? Why can't I not scale this out and it can work for other people and help other people improve their credit? So once again, going back to my philosophy of when I write applications, I always focus on applications that I know that I can personally use to benefit myself. Because if it can benefit me, it can benefit others. So a lot of people, when they ask me, well, I can't come up with an idea for an app, I always ask them, well, write an app for something in your life. I don't know the in and outs of your life, so I can't tell you what to write, but figure out some place in your life where software can, help you achieve that task or, do something easier. And then make that a business after you've done it for yourself. The easiest way. Um, I think that's pretty much it for how my week has gone. Um, yeah, yeah, it's been just coding, and we have working on music. Niggas King and I have a new song dropping February 14th. It's gonna be on Spotify and Apple Music and all that, right? It drops it this
Yeah, they can
weekend.
pre-order it
Yeah.
right now. So far, so good.
So far, so good. You can pre-order it on Apple Music,
Everything.
everything, Spotify. After this after this broadcast, I'll put a link on the description. So if you guys follow back, you can. For those of you who are watching the recording and not watching the live, you'll be able to go click on the link and pre-order the new song. Waiting on hearing back to see if we're performing tonight. Um, it's kind of weird considering we've been performing there consistently for the last 2 going on 3 months, and we've had a routine, and now there's a holdup. But that's another conversation for another day. But hopefully we'll be performing tonight. If we are, then I will be live streaming on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, it's at MasterShake08. Um, then yeah, and
Let's talk about the DevOps meeting yesterday.
yeah. So going back to the meetup yesterday, like I said, for those of you who did watch, really appreciate it. Appreciate the feedback. And like I said, I got lots of positive feedback from those who were at the attendance. They really liked the fact that it was being documented and recorded, and there was a really cool social atmosphere. I really felt the social side of computer science yesterday at that meetup, and I think I just felt an overwhelming Louisville spirit there. It was much needed. We need more meetups like that in the tech space because there's such a stereotype that computer scientists are they're nerds, geeky, they're isolated. Just them and their computer. They don't really go out. And going to that meetup yesterday, everybody's drinking beer, eating pizza, We're talking about this, talking about that. We're high fiving. It's it showed that we're more than just programmers and engineers. We're humans, and humans are social creatures. We like to be around each other. It's really good for others to see that as well. Is breaking those barriers and breaking those stereotypes. Because I know a lot of emerging computer scientists, that that fear of social isolation, kind of keeps them from reaching out and interacting with other people, growing their network, not just professional wise, but personal as well. So, like I said, I can't wait to go to the next one. I'm In addition to going to more, I'm going to start putting some on, but I really want to be doing a meetup a week. I think if we can do a meetup a week and live stream those, that'd be really great. I mean, it's just a lot of good content. It's content that you just can't get out of a textbook. It's something you just gotta see to experience. And like I said yesterday, um, a lot of us kind of just focus on just going to conferences, but conferences, some of these tickets are thousands of dollars. Um, Not everyone can afford to go to those, but the vast majority of meetups are free. And it's the same content, just on a micro scale. Um, there's no reason why we can't go to at least one meetup a month and just exchange that information, meet new friends, get new business, etc., etc. And I really encourage that we all do that. We go to more of those. How did you feel about it last night?
And I felt like it was great. And I felt like it was, a different coach. I feel like our presence was very strong there.
It was,
I felt
yeah.
like we were recognized. Um, so tell us, looking at some of the news is that's been buzzing. So Microsoft security. What's your take on Microsoft security and cyber crimes? All right, they're saying security threats are everywhere. Microsoft helps protect your business. So, what do you think about Microsoft and their business protection?
I think it's funny for them, considering that most systems that are infiltrated are Windows systems. I think it's kind of funny for them to be so bold and braggadocious and keeping their system secure. Um, I'm Team Linux, as everyone knows. But Windows cybersecurity is a rat race. It sometimes Microsoft's ahead, sometimes the hackers are ahead, but it's always a continuing rat race. Um, the way that I don't know the internals of the new operating system because I left Windows around the Windows 7, Windows 8 era, and so I cannot confidently speak on its new implementations, but if I go based off history, I don't really Microsoft and security don't really go that well with me.
That's it's interesting. So, next question. Um, have you ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk?
Yeah, Gary V. Yeah.
Okay, Gary V. So he made this statement today on LinkedIn. I want to get your take on it. He says to be comfortable innovating, you need to be comfortable with dealing with negative early on. So tell us what's your take on that. Is that a true statement? By you being an entrepreneur that you are, tell us what's your take on that.
Yeah, it's a very accurate statement. It's a very accurate statement. And it goes back to, I mean, think of it like emotional momentum, right? Uh, if if the vast majority of people, are in the system of, doing things in a certain paradigm, and you want to break out of that paradigm, whether it's starting a new business, let's say starting a new business, everyone in your family is going to work from 9 to 5. They got, if they're thinking about anything that's more, they're thinking of vertical ascension, going up to upper management, but staying in that company, you know.
Hmm.
So if you're the person who is like, well, I'm going to start my own corporation, if you want to be successful, you damn sure better be ready to hear a negative judgment early on, because the first thing the people are going to say to you is, why would you get, why, they're just going to throw doubt at you. Why are you doing this? This is a dangerous, risky adventure. You know, do this, that, and the third. And some of it is legitimate concern.
Okay.
Some of it is haterism. Some of it is ignorance. Um, but if you are not prepared to deal with that early on, and you're going to let that deter you, then you're not going to get success, because the more success, the less of that pushback you'll get. It'll convert into just being haters, but
Absolutely.
it won't be doubt.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna have more doubt in the beginning, and as you get more successful, the doubt's gonna dissipate.
All right, perfect. So next question. So I was on LinkedIn, and I think the subject was startups yesterday. I seen a lot of people posting about startups. So you're a self-starter yourself. So I want to ask you, what's your take on this? This is from Chris Reid. He's a EA Sports startup advisor, investor, podcast, content creator, so on and so forth. He said, "Good luck if you're trying to." He says, "Good luck if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and own an early stage startup. Not only does it take a ridiculous amount of time and work to get one off the ground, it also means sacrificing your lifestyle." So tell us what's your take on that. I thought that was a real interesting statement that he made. So by you being a self-starter, what is your take on that?
Um, Once again, I would absolutely agree with that, because we take, for example, when I was working at Apple and Sephora, I'm making $150,000 a year. Okay, the lifestyle that I can live making $150,000 a year was great. I could do any, I could fly where I wanted to. I could pretty much buy anything I wanted. I didn't really want anything that I couldn't get on $150,000 uh, annual income. So when I switched over and decided to do everything myself, I went from making $150,000, or about $10,000 a month, to $10,000 to $12,000 a month, to making about $2,000 a month, 25.
Okay.
That's enough to pay my bills. Um, and even then, I still gotta do a little bit of side hustling to get by.
Absolutely.
So absolutely, the lifestyle had to change, but then it got to a point where my own ventures, out. I mean, and even though I had my own company and I was contracting through Apple, contracted through Sephora, and I'm making my own money, I'm still, my income is still at the behest of my clients, which are other 500 Fortune 500 companies, and it's just like I'm working as an employee. I'm just making more on the surface. So when my apps and things started generating more income, I'm getting up to the point where I'm getting close to the point where I was making uh, what I was making at Apple and Sephora. Uh, so my lifestyle had to change. I couldn't afford to go do sushi, and filet mignon,
So what is your definition of a startup?
something that is not established and you're starting up. Any company that is less than 5 years old, 10 years old.
Okay, so would you say a startup is an idea
It's,
you have for a business?
no, well, a startup has to be. It's an idea until it's incorporated. It's not a startup business until you make a any. I mean, yeah.
Cool, cool. So tell us a little bit about I don't know if the people viewing know, but tell us about your flight with LinkedIn and how they flew you out for an interview. Tell us a little bit about that. How was that experience to have a major company such as LinkedIn, um, interested in the services that you have to offer?
Well, I mean, the flight wasn't anything special, because almost every company will fly you out. What made it special was that I got interviewed at Afrotech, and they flew me out and gave me a pass to Afrotech. And instead of having my interview at a regular corporate office, I was having it at a tech conference. That was really cool. And also what was cool was that they gave me a corporate credit card for the time I was there. So I've been flown out before for companies, um, but I've never been given I've never been given a corporate credit card for an interview. You know, I'm used to getting corporate credit card. They'll give me a corporate card to spend weekend, you know, stuff like that. But the fact that they gave me a card and a rental car and a hotel and the flight
Mm.
was I was like, whoa. And they said it was the first time they've ever done that. And I was like, whoa. So it was humbling. It was really humbling. I still have the card. It's deactivated or whatever, but I keep it in my room. That's kind of like one of my little trophies that I keep in my display. That
Okay,
corporate
we
credit
got a
card.
question coming in.
What's up?
All right, this is from Shonda Coatley. She said, how many startups should one entity have at any given time and actually be successful? Meaning, how many is too many before it becomes time consuming?
So that's a multivariant equation. So it really depends on like how time consuming each startup is. Like for example, Trust Generator and Quick Fix Credit. Both of those apps are self-sustaining, are scalable apps. Like I would never, ever, ever, ever have to hire more engineers to write that app. If I need it, like at minimum, I can do it myself. At maximum, I can outsource somebody for 4 weeks, and that's it. I don't need anybody on there for a year's worth of time because the way that I wrote it was self sustaining. So I could do 10 of those because in a given month, like actually writing code, I haven't written. I might do 15 minutes a month in maintenance because I did all the work up front. Now something like Treat Me at Home, which is a lot more hands-on. Um, I wouldn't recommend that anybody do more than one of those. Um, it depends on it really depends on your lifestyle. Like someone, you know, for some people it can just be one at a time. Some people they can manage two. Uh, it's really up to you. Me, I have I have Trust Generator, Quick Fix Credit, and Treat Me at Home. Two very small startups that don't require much of my time, and then one that requires a lot of time. Good question. Good question. How we doing on time? How long have we been live?
We had 23 minutes.
All right, cool. All right, so we're in the last 7 minutes, and if we don't have any questions, I would like to just remind everyone that all of my content, everything, the whole universe of who Jerome Parker is on JeromeParker.com. This is where I'm doing all of my courses. This is where you can book me for one-on-one consultations. This is where you can get my merchandise, where you can see all my social media links. You can read all my blogs. And so if you're not on JeromeParker.com and you're only on my YouTube, you're only getting a sliver of what I have to offer on all my content. So I implore everyone who is a subscriber and who is watching this right now, and if you're not a subscriber, become a subscriber. Go to JeromeParker.com, join my newsletter, and all the videos that I have on here, I write blogs to go with the video. So instead of watching this YouTube video on YouTube, I would ask you to go to the blog, read the blog, and watch the YouTube video that's embedded on the blog. And that way you're getting both. Um, let's see, what else? What else? If you're not following me on social media, everything, this is Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, is at MasterShake08. I think that's about it. Anything else? All right, cool. Do we have any more questions?
Did you talk about JeromeParker.com?
I did.
All right, so looks
All
like we
right,
said.
cool.
Hold on, we do have one. Aren't you so glad Trump was acquitted? 4 more years, baby. Someone commented Code Life. K Dean. And then Kevin M came on and said, when is the next live coding session?
The next live coding session. I think so. I was I was debating between Mondays and Tuesdays. I've decided that I will do Mondays. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will do a live 2 hour live coding session. And come in. I'm going to be working on some of my startup code. I'm going to, I need to figure out the music situation because when I was live streaming on Twitch, I could like live stream my music, but YouTube will, cut all your stuff. So I want to get some royalty free music so I can play in the background because I don't like coding in silence. But Mondays from 6 to 8. So this upcoming Monday at 6 o'clock, I will be doing a 2 hour live stream coding. And as far as Trump being acquitted, honestly, my life as a black man isn't changing whether it's Trump or Bernie Sanders or whoever. So I have more important things to occupy my time. I do think that it was all a circus, and like we all knew who was going to get impeached in the House because that's Democratic led, and we all knew who was going to get acquitted in the Senate because that's Republican led. Like it's just
fake,
it's all orchestrated and fake. It's one coin with two sides. That's it. At the end of the day, they're still controlling us as a population.
Katie says thank you. See you next time.
See you next time. All right, if that's everything, then I guess we're done.
You got 2 minutes. You want to finish showing them around the library, perhaps? Maybe your favorite book or something before we stab out.
Sure. So, I don't read none of this. All the stuff I do is all in the science and technology department. Although I do want to start doing some more audiobooks. Like instead of paying for Audible, I can just come at the library. Use soundproof rooms.
I found a company that sells those. Actually, you can get them for like 3,000. It's more of an office cubicle. It's smaller than those. Ain't no telling how much those cost.
Yeah. Nice. Sometimes I read fantasy books. I like fantasy books. But I like the layout of how they have everything over here. This is a real cool space. Sometimes I just come here. I don't read. I don't do nothing. I just come and just chill. This is the area where they do like their classes and stuff. So they do like citizenship classes, language classes. I don't know what they're doing in there tonight. I think that's a citizenship class. Yep, citizenship class. This area over here is where the 7-day bestsellers and stuff like that. So sometimes I come and just check these out. Some cool stuff in there. Like stuff like this. I'm probably gonna check this out. A modern flexitarian.
I was looking at that yesterday when we was there.
Yeah, plain-inspired recipes of you can flex that fish, meat, or dairy. Like I've been working on my diet, eating more vegetables, less red meat. Yeah, I'm taking the instruction I wrote yesterday with the live stream, so I will be recording that and uploading over the next few days, and then otherwise I will see you on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live coding, 2 hours. Talk to you later.